Yo, it's NJ, and welcome to another art tutorial. So last week, I made an anime faces video, which is surprisingly doing better than I expected. I realized I forgot a few tips for drawing faces, but those are tips I don't commonly use, but I do talk about it a little bit in this video, so stay tuned for that. Secondly, 94% of you aren't subscribed. Tap button, it make things go boom. Much trust, yes. But anyway, for this video I'm going to have it sped up a bit so that we don't have a 2-hour long video. But for those who are interested in me doing the entire process, even though it's literally me just drawing eyes, I will upload the video later today or this week.
I'll be surprised if it somehow does better.
Last note, I'm sorry for not posting the Himeno artwork I did as a speed paint. I genuinely forgot to record it, but it was up on my Instagram, so if you still want to see it, it's there. Okay, onto the actual video. So you're here because you obviously want to learn how to draw anime eyes, and at the end of the day, I hope I can help you achieve that goal. Just like the previous video, eyes also come in different shapes and sizes, as well as the fact that some can be extremely fancy as well as not. Eye is also the groundwork for expressions, which makes them my favorite part of every drawing because of how they make the artwork feel. You'll be drawing at different eyes or looking at different artists to see exactly what you like most and replicate it in a way you like. I will recommend some other artists' videos if you like, or if this didn't quite tickle your fancy, but do stay as I am simply just better. Anyway, this is just what works for me and how I do eyes, so this is just a tutorial with a different flavor.
Alright, so we're here. What I would want from you is to draw the head again from the previous video if you did watch that, or I'm assuming you know how to draw a head. And then we draw my almond shaped eyes as I usually do. So now I flip the canvas around so I can make this as symmetrical as possible. You don't really have to, this is just my perfectionist brain going at it. But otherwise, this is also just in case, we have traditional artists, you just make it like this. Now, what I do, just for the sake of this video, just to speed it up, I do duplicate the eye and then drag it over to the left because it speeds up things. Then I remove my reference points. So next, I want to just say that when you draw the circles for the eyes, just make sure it's not directly like too close to each other, so it makes it look like it's squint. Just make sure it's further apart, and then add the pupils in the middle, and then there we go. This is where we are. Now I'm just removing more guidelines and then adding lines, where I add these like eyelash lines, where you can, that's what we're going to call them. I'm going to call them eyelash lines. So that now we can just add the little details where we add the eyelashes and the underneath the eye, above the eye, and the eyebrows. Now these, like, I erase the little thing above the eye so that in the eyelash area where it just looks like it's a shine, and then I add eyelashes. So more eyelashes at the bottom of the eyes because eyelashes are above and below. So now here I was just testing to see if I could do it in front facing, but you can't, so I do make a third quarter view face so that I can just show you that if you do copy your eye, if you're in digital art, you do copy your eye on the other side and then you mess around with it a bit so it's just like slanted. A good tip that I would want you to know is that how much you can see of the eye changes, but not the size of the eye. So if that makes sense to you, grand. So if it is on the opposite side, is what I'm trying to say, is that you'll see less of the eye but not how much the size is, because that's a digital art mistake I see some people do, is that they make the eye bigger or smaller because it's on the opposite side, which you don't do, by the way. So now I just duplicate the eyes and then yeah, we get to start. So to explain, the top part will be the eyes that I do and the bottom will be eyes that I look at references for. So now what I do is that I pick a random color and I usually go up in the the color wheel. Like if it's a whole wheel, I'm on blue, I'll go up to green, or in this case I chose turquoise, which is blue green, to make the lighter part, which is at the bottom, and then I'd go close to bottom to like purplish dark blue, to be the darker part of the eyes. Why that's a thing, I guess it's just anime. This is just like an anime type of thing. So like actually how to do eyes. So this is how to draw anime eyes. And then with the sclera, I do take like a muted blue. So I take a whitish blue, and then for the dark areas I take a grayish blue, a dark grayish blue. And I change the colors to green because I liked how it looked if it was green. So for the second eye, I make it more warmer, which I thought was the idea, but I end up making it red and do end up changing the sclera later. But same as the other eye, lighter, darker, which I do use an opacity with pressure brush here because I just wanted to blend. But you don't have to use an opacity with pressure brush to blend. You could use any brush you want. I'm just being extra because I can. So now I use like a tool to make it blur more, so I can just have it look like this. It achieves that like blurry effect, which looks really nice. And I always make another layer for my highlights, which I forgot to say is that I had like the little dots and stuff. That's where my highlights are, the lines. So now here is where I add the sclera, and then I blend it together. This is what I very often do with the sclera, is that I blend it. And I change the color to a more cooler color, which is what I again often do. This is how I draw eyes. Then I would add like these little colors, blue and orange, just because this is something you don't have to do. It's just something that adds like highlights to the eyelashes. So again, that's just a plus minus either or. So now I've noticed that art styles have this thing where the white of the sclera would go into the eyelashes. This is not something I do, something you don't have to do, but if something you like, that's something you can try, and I guess you can mess around with that as well. Again, I will recommend artists in the description. So now with this eye, I decide that I want to make it similar to Chi Chi Bon Bon. Why did I say it like that? Chi Chi Bon Bon. Because I really liked how they do eyes as well. So they use, what I've noticed that they use opacity with pressure. They make their arts look very painterly, which really sells an effect. And it's pretty simple as well, where they just add a white highlight on the pupils, and then that's it. It looks fantastic. Of course, if there was better lighting, it's just on a white page now, but of course if there was better lighting and, you know, skin render, it would look amazing. So now here I'm just adding shadows because I really liked how it looks. So I was like trying to see if it would look better if I add the shadows, which it doesn't, obviously. So it would need to be, I don't do it justice, so I'll put it in the description. So here, this is another artist that I started following recently. I'll also put them in the description. I noticed that they did like how Horikoshi does some of his eyes. So I added the white pupils, which I want to remove later because yeah, here I completely butchered it. I was not faithful to the original style at all, but I did. It was also pretty simple again. So if you're interested in that, I will also put it in the description. But then I ended up adding a little bits and pieces of things that I liked, so there's that. Now I hope you liked and enjoyed the video in some way or another. Again, it was really sped up, I do apologize, but I will upload the full videos of how I did everything after this video. Of course, there'll be 2 long form videos. I don't know if you'd want to watch the whole thing or not, but there you go. And all I just want to do is say thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh actually, before we go, I did draw these eyes. If you're interested in this will be a second video as well. It's like part 2, I guess. So yeah, that's actually all that I wanted to say. And just like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.